Yeah. It's me, Vince Masters. Pipebomb Wrestling report back on just for this Sunday and every other Sunday from now on. I'm so happy to be back. Let's get right into the news, and I want to give a shout out to my some news site has found. It was from Good Mike Work. He does wrestling commentaries. I loved it. I thought he had that attitude like I got. He tells it like it is. He even tells his pissed off Mark's fans off. This is why I like the ones who don't know jack about wrestling. And yeah, granted, I am not like his age. I haven't watched since the 70s, but I have updates. I've been updated. My mom knows about Dick the Bruiser and Gun and that other wrestler that he was talking about before, Crusher. He knows about all that real stuff. Me, I don't. I know how everything runs. I know how the business goes. And yeah, I've been going with the WWE for a while and what they do. Even though sometimes I disagree with what they do, but I go along with it. And no, I am not stuck in one of those, what he was talking about, with those attitude errors and bullshit like that. Yes, I did like the attitude error, but I'm not stuck in it. And I appreciate what the guys are doing in WWE right now and what they did back then. And yes, like I said, I do miss the attitude there, but I'm not in it like all these other guys are who wish that, yeah, you know, this is, because WWE was always PG. When we look at the 1990s and the 80s is when they started out as PG, so there you go. But like I said before, they're all mixed into one entire ball now, so sometimes you see some of that, sometimes you won't. It's just the way it goes. But I do got to agree with them also on, you know, this has been going on forever too, in case people haven't noticed. The face of the company, you can be the face of the company and not even have to have the title, and you still will make that money. That's why they're ignoring the fact that Punk, even though he's the WWE champion, he is not the face of the company. So as of right now, I hate to say, the poster boy is still John Cena, even though I hate the fact that he is. But that's the way. That's just like saying what he said, which I agree with, is about Austin and Rock. Even when they didn't have the titles, they were causing chaos and they were causing to have a good time and entertain the fans and have either the title or not the title, but they were still the face of the company because they were the ones who were bringing the money in. Even though they could, and they can wrestle, you know, and some of these guys who can't even wrestle are bringing in money, which is why they keep them as their poster boys. Or they can just be big, and Vince McMahon loves you because he loves that bodybuilding type. He loves that freakish steroid type. When you look at people like Batista, Brock Lesnar, you know, he likes people like that. You know, so there you go. But getting into some news now. Let's start off here tonight with, I will give my predictions at the end of the night. Let's start off with Tommy Dreamer here. Tommy Dreamer had an accident apparently. There's a lot of accidents going on today. Tommy Dreamer, his girl along with his wife Bula. Yes, he is still married to Bula. He had an accident. They're okay, but his dog's having a seizure. So my heartfelt feelings go out to them. Hopefully his dog survives. I love dogs. I hate dog and cat haters. He's also in Ohio at this moment, so apparently his wife is okay, like I said, but his dog's not. So hopefully prayers go out. Also, TNA champ Austin Aries has re-signed with the company. He says he sees great things ahead in the company. I'm so glad that they're building stars like him. They need to keep building stars like him. I love Austin Aries. I think they need to keep doing what they've been doing with them and keep them going up there. Because that's what WWE does. That's what every company does. But they can find a great way to build them up, and that's what I like. Good smartness. WWE Shop discounts having a shirt sale on 50% off. Apparently they're having on WWE.com. That's a lot. That's pretty good deal. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get a muscle shirt of this one, Triple H. Well, anyway, they have Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar shirts, the newest ones apparently, and they're 50% off. That's a good ass fucking deal. You know, I can't wait till that happens. Also, Rosa Mendes was involved in a car accident. That's my girl right there. My essay girl. She's in an accident. I was so pissed when I heard about that. At least she had her seatbelt on. She's only experienced a whiplash, and apparently she says that she She's okay, but apparently the car that ran into her was just going full speed and hit her in the back of her car. Now, see, that's why I don't want to even fucking drive, because these drivers are not going to drive at all these days. They're just fucking rushing and wanting to drive, and then there you go, you're going to get a fucking accident. And these cars, people know how to drive. If I do drive, I'm going to drive a fast car myself, and no bullshit. But anyway, speaking of my guy Triple H, he was on the site at http://official.chrisangel.com. Chris, C-R-I-S. He's a musician, in case people don't know who that is. He's a slash musician, does his own show, Uncensored, which he had Triple H on a couple days ago, and apparently he talked a lot about Brock Lesnar. It was a great interview. I listened to it. I'm Triple H's biggest fan, so I learned some new stuff about him that I didn't know about before, which was kind of cool. Triple H is bench pressing over a little bit over 400 these days, from what he said to Chris, which I was kind of shocked at. He doesn't look like he can lift that much, but he said apparently he's in better shape than he was 32. Now he's like 42, so he's in better shape than he ever was. That's what he said, and that's great. He looks better in shape when I saw him at WrestleMania. He put on a great show with Undertaker. He said some interesting things about Brock Lesnar, so you might want to listen to that interview. It's great to hear what he had to say about Brock Lesnar, saying if the match did happen, it would be good to see. And he said him and him have never collided when they were in the company back in 2002, which is true. Except for once, apparently I heard about it. Don't know, I haven't found any information on it yet, but it would be good if they fight, and I can't wait, and it's going to happen. And Triple H is going to beat his ass. Sorry to say, I'm a Brock Lesnar fan too, but you don't do that to Triple H. Triple H is smart. But anyway, another thing I learned about him is that he does kickboxing and boxing added to his resume now, apparently. Triple H does, and that's kind of shocking to know because he doesn't look that tight. So check out the interview if you want to hear it. It's pretty cool. Anyway, WWE's asking for fan photos. Apparently at WWE.com, you can email your photos to rawfanphotos@gmail.com. Again, that's rawfanphotos@gmail.com. Yeah, buddy. Check into it. Anyway, okay, on to next news here. Former wrestling superstar. This is some huge news to me because I'm a fan of her and I do watch her videos, so to speak. Yeah, exactly. Chyna collapsed at a porn convention in Miami today. And damn, I was just in Miami for WrestleMania. I wish I would have stayed there to meet her. Hopefully she doesn't end up like one of them dead stars who take drugs and take life for granted and just do whatever and then fuck up and then die. I hope she doesn't end up like one of them people. Anyway, well, Chyna collapsed at a porn convention in Miami today, and she was taken to the nearby hospital where she received medical attention. And just days before that, she apparently she was supposed to be at the 2012 Exotica XXX Expo to help promote her Avengers XXX priority, where she plays She-Hulk in. Can you believe that? And yes, I've seen the trailer for it. It was pretty hilarious. But yeah, I can see her playing She-Hulk. It's kind of funny because she still got the muscles in her. But anyway, she worked in. Apparently, she was rushed to the medical scene because apparently, again, the Vivid Entertainment people did not want her to appear at the convention due to her what she was going through. But apparently, she went anyway, and she passed out again in the lobby and was taken to Mount Sinai Medical Center in Miami Beach, which I think I passed when I was in Miami. But days before that, Chyna was getting having a party at the hotel that she's at, which is Cantiana Hotel, which I didn't hear of when I was over there. Apparently, she was naked with a friend, and they both went into the pool together. I'd like to see that, but apparently that's not going to be happening. I'm just hoping my prayers go out to her and hoping she gets her head back on straight and continues to do what she does best, which is entertain us with what she does now than what she did before. I hope she doesn't end up like one of them drug stars, like I said before, because she's been through that in the past. So we'll see where she goes from here. Also, in case people are wondering what's going to be the main event of Over the Limit tonight, it will be John Cena versus John Laurinaitis will be the main event, which I see why they're doing that, but I really would want to see the WWE Championship match be the main event, but, you know, because I'm pretty sure John Cena versus John Laurinaitis is not going to be a fight at all. It's just probably going to be fun and entertainment and interference, I'm pretty sure of it. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Sin Cara made his debut back last night, took on Hanako in a fight, won the match, and apparently the official said he is looking good, better than he did before, so good news for him. Well, back to some John Cena news here, which is not all that shocking. Cena's wife, I gotta give credit where credit's due, John Cena. I don't like the guy at all, and I think he, like that one guy that said, I'm not shitting on Cena. I just don't like him because I think he can't wrestle. I think he's a fake, like I've been saying forever. But that's part of the gimmick. But still, it's retarded to me. But apparently, I gotta feel for the guy just because I know kind of what it's like to go through in a way what I'm going through right now with my girl. Apparently, this is not compared to what he's going through, but it's still some bullshit at the same time, especially with the police and the judge and the system involved. And they might take her side, if everything goes her way, because she's putting them through some stuff right now. Apparently, she's asking the judge to plunge the papers. Divorce papers just because of a name misspelled or a different name given, which I think is a bunch of bullshit. It's over a name. And apparently WWE saying she's going to make a lot of noise because they think that's going to get ugly quick just because she's saying she's going to come out with a book. She told TMZ that she's going to come out with a book just to get a little more, possibly, they're expecting to get a little more hushy-hush money out of John Cena. See, so there you go. That's the kind of girls I don't like right there. Gold diggers, gold fucking digger girls. I hate them girls. I hate the guys who use girls for money. Yes, I do hate that too. But the girls are mostly the ones who want to use guys for money, in my opinion, just because of what I've seen. And that's just a bunch of bullshit. I mean, if you love somebody, be with them. Don't use them for your fucking money, even if you are famous. Because I'll tell you right now, if I ever became famous, and which I will someday, I'm very confident in myself that this show will be seen and brought to some people, where it'll get bigger. I wouldn't want to go with a girl who's just in it because you're famous or you have this or you have that. You know what I mean? Bunch of bull. So I give my 2 cents right there to Cena. I feel sorry for the guy in a way. But that's all I'm giving him, But I'll keep you updated on this whole thing when it comes crashing down on whoever's head. But also May 31st, live on Impact. Yes, Impact is going live, in case people haven't noticed. Brooke Hogan, big news right there. Brooke Hogan, Hulk Hogan's daughter, who's been having a little feud with Steiner on Twitter as of late, is signed with TNA because Dixie Carter asked her to. And nobody knows her role yet. I don't know her role yet, but I'm thinking it's going to be big. So that's some cool news to find out right there. I hope that everything goes good and she comes out to be some type of big star. Also, another news, Gunner has signed a 3-year deal with TNA. Says he will make the most of this, and he will be champion one day, which I gotta say I believe, because he is one of the best uprising stars in coming weeks and years that I've seen on TNA. And I want TNA to listen. If they ever watch this broadcast, I want them to know that Gunner is a star that should be used right, not crappy like they've been using him. They need to bring him up there more, in my opinion. You need to, make him better than what he actually is. He's a good-ass wrestler. He's a good-ass performer, I think. He's got the attitude for the job. It's just that they're not doing too much with him right now to make him a star. You know what I mean? But he wasn't there in the Final Four in that Rumble, so I gotta give him that. The teenagers bring him up little by little, and he is still with Ric Flair. But another sad news today: Tracy Brooks, my girl. I love her delicious body. Yeah, Tracy Brooks apparently has left the company, and not due to no firing or quitting, but apparently she's going to go on to the next chapter in her life, which is why she's leaving the company. But the company has left the door wide open for her, so I hope that she comes back sooner than later, because I really want to meet that girl. Also, Kurt Angle is keeping his character babyface, and he is working with a torn MCL. That's bad. I'm questioning. I want Kurt Angle to win that belt back, because when you think about it, in case you haven't watched TNA's broadcast last week, he is the only one that's defeated Bobby Roode, and that was at Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory, he didn't defeat Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle defeated him. And of all those guys he's fought, he's beat every one of those guys except for Kurt Angle. So I'm debating if they give Kurt Angle a shot at him and they have a rematch. I'm wondering if they're going to give him the belt. That's the whole thing. And that's, with that torn MCL, I don't know how they're going to work it out. So let's go drop it back to him. But anyway, on to my last part of the gig of the night, my predictions for Over the Limit. Here we go. Start with the bottom. Kane versus Zack Ryder. Gay. I knew it was going to be a squash match. Kane's going to win. Layla versus Beth. Divas title. As much as I want Beth to win, I love Beth. It's going to go to Layla, I think, because they're going to continue with that whole Awesome Kong type of thing. If they continue that, I think Layla's going to keep the title. That's just my opinion, because she just won it, and I don't think she's going to lose it that fast for some reason. Also, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth versus Dolphin Jack Swagger. Won't be surprised if they do become new tag team champions because of Vicky Guerrero. But I'm going to have to go with Kofi and R-Truth because, well, they've been having the advantage little by little, and they've been beating all the other teams. So I'm going to have to go with Kofi Kingston and R-Truth to win. Hopefully they will retain. Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio versus Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton. This was such a hard-ass match to pick from because I love 3 guys in it, and I just can't really stand the other guy too much. Alberto Del Rio I really don't care for. I'm not shitting on the guy. I just don't. I'm really a big fan of the dude. Jericho is my boy, but he's leaving in 4 months. I just don't think they're going to give him that title, you know. So I just think that if they do, he's going to lose it quick probably. But I just think he's not going to give it to him. He's going to leave because that's already been broadcast in the final days of his leaving. Randy Orton, he can get it back anytime he wants. And Sheamus has got it, so I have to go with Sheamus on this one. They're putting him in a big predicament right now where he could lose it, but I think they want to make him grow that way, so I'm going to have to go with Sheamus to retain it somehow, some way. But if Randy Orton wins, I will not be surprised, and I'll be happy too. And if Jericho wins, I'll be happy too, but my pick is Sheamus, so there you go. Punk versus Daniel Bryan, going to be matching tonight, hands down. I'm going to have to go with CM Punk to win it, though. I just think that he's going to retain it, but I think what WWE could possibly do if Daniel Bryan did win, they could go back and forth, switching that title off and having CM Punk retain the title sooner than later, or just have him retain it tonight and then have another match and maybe see if Daniel Bryan will get it this time and have back and forth. They can keep going on with that. They can do that storyline, but the fans have to support it. Fans have to get behind it. They just can't support Cena, and then Cena will get the title again. You got to support Punk and Daniel Bryan if you want to see him be champion. There you go. John Cena versus Laurinaitis. I know people are going to hate me for saying this. John Laurinaitis is going to win because they just brought that storyline too quick, and not only that, and what I mean by too quick is I mean you put it out there saying, okay, if you lose this week at last minute Raw, then you will be fired. Now how funny is that? I mean, last week before the pay-per-view, they're going to bring that up. I think to be honest, Laurinaitis is going to win just because of that. They don't want to see him go. He's not going to be fired. I don't think so. Unless Eve gets in there and make her the person or Theodore Long. But I just think Laurinaitis could stay in there somehow. I think that either Batista will come back somehow. Somebody who's not on contract and interfere in that match and beat the hell out of John Cena and make Laurinaitis pin. That's what I think is going to happen. Or Brock Lesnar will return tonight. Because remember, he's kind of, they said he don't want to fire him. Triple H said that. He don't want to make him quit. So somehow he's going to win. But I think it's going to be a lot of interference. I think John Cena will lose. But if John Cena wins, I will not be, that shocked. But then I'm just going to wonder what's going to happen with Laurinaitis. But anyway, that's my predictions for tonight. See you guys later. I hope you enjoy Pipebomb. And Pipebomb will be on Block Talk Radio sooner than later. And thanks for joining me on this Sunday's broadcast. And it will be every Sunday from now on Pipebomb. Thank you.